are some considerations that you had to factor in to choose whichever classes you want to take in high school?
In high school, I took a lot of AP classes. And the main reason I did that at the time was because I wanted high weighting for my GPA, because we chose valedictorian and salutatorian heavily based on weighting, as many of your high schools probably do. And I wanted to be one of those two things. And so I made the sacrifices necessary to do that. However, I think it is probably equally important to choose the classes that you enjoy, as we've been going over and over in this webinar. And for me, like, I was always in band and orchestra. And also, like, if your high school doesn't offer certain AP classes that you enjoy, you know, there's also often opportunities to go to the nearby community college. And not a lot of people take advantage of that in high school, but I think the people that would are probably ahead of the curve because they know what's going on. Because community colleges have like a lot of classes. And then my final comment on this was, for me, when I went to BU, I had so many AP credits for my AP classes, and it was so useful for my college course planning. And if you go to an Ivy League school or some, schools like that in the like top 20, often they won't take a lot of AP credit. And if you go to virtually any other school, they'll take a lot of AP credit. Like BU took all of my AP classes. I got a 5 on AP Bio, and I got 2 classes for it. I got Bio 1 and Bio 2, so that's like 2 years of Bio. So I would also look at like what school you want to go to, and then look at maybe like what are some good classes to get ahead at the major. If you want to really do the work here, you can look at the school's websites, and you can see how much they accept, and you can also see which classes they are more likely to accept. So I would possibly do that ahead of time if you sort of know where you want to go to college.
Yeah, so I am quite on board with what Andrew just mentioned, especially about colleges accepting credit, and what Mira said in the chat. At UCLA, they only give, so I did the IB program in high school, the International Baccalaureate, which is similar to AP, but different that all of your courses, junior and senior year, are the same. It's just like part 1 and part 2. And UCLA only accepts IB credits for your higher level classes, or HLs, and only if you get like very, very good scores. So for me, effectively, I got almost no credit for my IB classes in high school, which was kind of sad. I spent a lot of time in those classes, but it was okay in the sense that I think it's really important to take classes that you enjoy. So for me, because IB classes only started in junior year, I kind of had freshman and sophomore year to explore the classes I wanted. So I took some physics, some chem, that type of thing. And then, of course, I'd have required classes for my school's graduation requirement, like English and history and a foreign language every year. But I think it's really important to take the class that you're interested in, because the colleges, they'll look at your classes and see how you did, and they'll see if you challenge yourself with classes. So one thing I would recommend when you're choosing classes, especially if you're a freshman or a sophomore in high school, is to try and see what the class your school offers and on what level. So for me, like the highest level I could take was IB classes. So that's what I did. And colleges want to see how well you did in those classes. So if you're able to take challenging classes and do well in them, I think that's the best way to go.
Yeah, I would totally agree with taking challenging classes, especially in things you're interested in. And I'd add, take challenging classes in areas that are relevant to your potential major. So if you're going to be a business major, I knew I was going to apply to the business school. Then in high school, taking classes like AP macroeconomics, taking the AP English classes, AP math classes, those are all going to be super relevant. So having some idea of that is useful. What else? I guess, so for AP credit, at Notre Dame, I received like very minimal useful credit. They gave me 25 credits of non-BA elective credit, which I still am not completely clear on what that means. But yeah, basically I didn't get too much useful credit. They like allowed me to skip the introductory writing class, and I guess the first calculus class, but that was about it.
Yeah, could you repeat the question, Ben? I feel like, sorry, I like totally.
Yeah, no worries. The question was basically, how did you choose your classes? And,
Oh, right.
and
Okay.
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so my high school, like Dhruv's, also offered IB, but we also had AP. So I think I decided not to do the IB diploma because I didn't want to write the like essay and do the service project. So like that's kind of embarrassing. But I did like a mix of both. I did IB and AP, and yeah, I definitely agree with what other people are saying, like challenge yourself. But also like, I don't know, you don't have to like do the most challenging thing of everything for every class. Like I don't like math, so I only took AB Calc, not like BC. You know, like figure out like what you're good at and what you like, and you know, push yourself everywhere, but like really push yourself in the places that you care about the most, because it'll show. And just like kind of thinking too, to another aspect of the application, like your recommendations. If you take classes that are challenging for you and you like really connect to your teachers, then that will like show up in the recommendation letters they write you. So like, you know, it's all, not to like, you know, reiterate this point too much, but it's all part of like your narrative in your application of like who you are, what you care about, what you do, and like how people see you.